When he was a student at Louisville Male High School in the late 1940s and early 50s, Morris Weiss had an after-school job. It was with his cardiologist father, Dr. Morris Weiss Sr., and he worked developing the photographic images captured by an early version of an EKG machine. In the darkroom, the younger Weiss had rigged in the basement at their home on Village Drive. The teenager pored over pictures of the electrical activity in the hearts of his father's patients. The distinguished Louisville cardiologist has been studying hearts ever since. Reflecting on his 54 years in practice, the 82-year-old Weiss says he's lived through the entire history of modern cardiology. He still sees patients 4 days a week and has always made it a point to take time with each one, a tried-and-true approach that he says pays off for the doctor as well. His colleagues say, quote, "Patients believe, and I think it's true, he has a real interest in them and their problems. He thrives as much on working with patients as the patients do working with him." As a physician and as a citizen, Weiss has been an outspoken advocate for social justice through organizations including the NAACP and the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War. Weiss met his wife Terry, a Louisville family practice physician, at a local Council on Peacemaking and Religion breakfast. About 35 years ago, a J.B. Speed Art Museum lecture on Roman archaeology ignited Weiss's ongoing passion for archaeology. This has taken him around the world, and Weiss has also lectured and written extensively on the subject. One of his colleagues swears Dr. Weiss can't be within 50 kilometers of some famous or even obscure pile of ancient rocks without taking a side trip to have a look. Weiss tells the story of the patient of another doctor who died after receiving an artificial heart. The patient's widow demanded that a piece of her deceased husband's own damaged heart be retrieved from a lab, reimplanted, and buried with his body. He says he realized at that moment that, quote, "how insensitive we had become as cardiologists, so involved with the technology that we hadn't examined the emotional or cultural impact of such an event." Inspired to read what great poets and others have written about the heart over the millennia, Weiss plans to write yet another book on the heart as a symbol in Western civilization. And after 54 years in medicine, he's continuing to study the human heart in every way. The recipient of the Ephraim McDowell Physician of the Year Award, Dr. Morris Weiss.